Hey, what's going on, guys? Mark here, Matchstick Motovlogger and also photographer based out of Daytona Beach. So I've been tasked by Honeybook to come in and tell you a little bit about why I love Honeybook myself. One of the things that they did ask me is something quirky and fun about me. I do motovlogging. This is something I love doing here. I love getting out on the street and also recording the experience here so that other people that may not be able to ride or looking to learn to ride will come out and join the movement on the street here with either the mini bikes or the full-size bikes that I ride. So my wife came to me about a year and a half ago and she said to me, she goes, Mark, we got to try this system out. It will make everything easier. I saw that their format was great. They were able to sign, do contracts, make payments, and it made it easier for her bride. So I said to myself, it's got to make it easier for me. So initially I said to myself, nah, no, you don't need to do anything like that. It's fine. We got it. We're a small business. What do we need that for? But then the day later, I took the leap and said, let's do it. I bought into Honeybook. I bought their subscription package, went in and ultimately said to myself after the first day of using it, why did I not do this earlier? Just based off of the automation that reduced almost 100% of our email load. And basically what I mean by that is that if you've ever worked in Gmail, then you know how confusing it is. It's such a pain in order to get communication back in order once you've established a client and then try to get back into that. You'll know that it's very confusing. It's one of the most confusing things because things are nested differently. The communication between the two of you goes from back to forward, forward to back, so it doesn't ultimately give you the ease of access that you normally would have when you're of what you should. So one of my favorite projects that I've worked on as a photographer was, there's actually 3 of them. I'll go over all 3 of those. One of them was on a barge. I do drone work and I do all kinds of different things that surround photography with the exception of video. So I was working this event with the Army Corps of Engineers and they had they were building some spoils out in the river there and so on and so forth. Long story short, I was on this 250-foot barge that was pumping sand. It was a really fun experience. I got to drive the barge and the next one I did was an engagement shoot with a couple. Got a train ride in the front of the train. I got to drive the train. That's all I need to say about that. That was pretty cool. So the last one that I did was for Richard Petty driving experience. That was one of the neatest things I've done. Now, you might be thinking of Richard Petty as the NASCAR racer, but no, it wasn't that. The driving experience was based off of all the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, the Corvettes, Porsches, Audis, and I think a Bugatti was there too. Maybe that was it, but I got to drive them all. So some cool stuff there with photography. I think that doing this career for 20 years now, jumping into Honeybook, I didn't think I was going to do it. I didn't think I needed it, but once I got it, life became easier. So I reduced down over 4 hours plus a week for my wife doing invoicing, contracts, follow-ups, and so on and so forth like that. In addition to all of that, we got more bookings recovered from using Honeybook because of that automated follow-up feature. Now, you might not think that 4 hours is a big deal, but if I can reduce 4 hours of time for my wife, that gives me 4 more hours of time with either her or something else that we can do together. But if you had a 40-hour work week and you reduce that down to 36 hours, you're now part-time. If you can expand that into reducing it down even more, which we have since then by setting up all of our automation, our contracts, we don't have to do pretty much anything in order to get the initial contact completed. Now, one of the beautiful things about Honeybook is it integrates seamlessly within your website. I think I love that a lot. It's one of those things that everybody is looking for when they're branding or making their website beautiful, is that you want to have something that flows good with your website and also with things that you do in general, with the cohesiveness of inputting it in, making sure it works well. It's what Honeybook does. So as I was mentioning, it does give you a better edge on booking clients, booking them faster. Once people are on their phone or they're on their computer in the at their home, what they're doing is looking for the easiest way to get something booked. If you decide that you want to send a PDF to the client, they want to look at it, and then they got to print it out, scan it, sign it, and then send it back to you, guess what? I've beat you to that. I got that wedding, you didn't, and that's the easiness about Honeybook there, making sure that you're getting those clients faster and better clients. Man, it's such a beautiful day out. Look at these blue skies like that. I hope it stays that way. I have a photo shoot tonight. I believe it's on the beach. So as part of this video, what is one of my favorite things with Honeybook? And I had to turn to my wife and ask her, since I was torn between everything. Everything within HoneyBook is amazing, but we both came to the consensus that invoicing is it. Not only is the contracts one of my favorites, but invoicing is a way to get paid extremely easy, fast, and without any troubles. Basically, a client can come on there, look at it, accept it, and then once they accept it or agree to it, they check out and they get paid. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ride with me. It's been a really fun treat telling you about my favorite things about HoneyBook. Saying thank you to HoneyBook and everybody for watching here, and I will see you guys again next time. Peace.